All right. Hello, everyone, and now welcome to my this is my third game coming to you today. Thank you, everyone on Twitch. As always, I got up to 25 viewers, and well, that lets me know that you guys want more. And well, I'm gonna try to squeeze in a third game here. Hopefully, the game isn't too long. I do have to make dinner for the family. With that said, I'm gonna go ahead and speed things up to that 8 times speed until we get to the 2-minute mark. This is gonna be 120 versus Th000, taking place here on Concealed Hill. 120 has spawned as the blue undead over here on the top right, going for a Dreadlord first. Meanwhile, over here on the bottom left, we have Th000 going with Mountain King first, now clearing out and militia clearing this Goblin Laboratory. Mountain King will get to level 2 here. Meanwhile, Dreadlord gets a sleep onto an unsuspecting footman, and that's gotta be a horrible way to go, right? Like you're told by your commander, hey, go out and explore. I want you to see what's out there, and you're like, okay, I'm gonna go do that. I'm gonna go do that. You walk out, and then you see your opponent, and you're like, oh, I should go report this. And then you fall asleep, and then you're surrounded by a bunch of ghouls just slashing you to death. Horrible way to go, but, well, one of the ways you go here in Warcraft 3. Dreadlord picking up a Gauntlets of Ogre Strength +3, still holding onto the Scroll of Town Portal, interestingly enough. And what's also more interesting is that he hasn't tried to set up an expansion yet. He has not cleared out this goblin or this gold mine so far. Dreadlord now making its way back over, still has 2 charges of that Rod of Necromancy, and there is a lot of units now making their way back out. Oh, is the footman? What's going on here? Mountain King could get caught in trouble. Let's take a look. Are we going to perhaps get a sleep onto some of these units? There is a sleep onto a footman again, and 120 not even bothering really to try and expand, instead going after units. Dreadlord now making its way back across over here, and is it going to spot the Mountain King? It is going to spot the Mountain King, and 120 is like, ha, I found the rest of you. What are you going to do? As the Mountain King backs himself into a corner. Scroll of Town Portal, and with that said, 120 says, yep, you're going to burn 350 gold. All right. Getting caught right there. Places down the Essence of Blight. And 120 with a brilliant play that you saw right there. Let's take a look. Are we going to perhaps see a sleep? Oh, Staff of Teleportation. Mountain King going to be coming back the other way. Mountain King ready to join in on the action. Ziggurat could end up getting taken down. I believe it was canceled right there. Mountain King is going to get slept, though, as the footman is going to try and get away here. It tried to counter all of that expansion by doing a quick sleep and counter harass, only to see the Mountain King come back with a vengeance with a Staff of Teleportation. Mountain King has plenty of mana. Is going to Stormbolt. Yes, gets up to level 3, and the Mountain King follows up with a beautiful clap, slowing things down once more. Mountain King dealing terrible damage, as we're going to take a look at the Ziggurats now suffering damage as well. Null Overseer says, not in my house either, and it's going to start trying to take down some of these things as well. All right, Null Overseer attacking the Ziggurat. Meanwhile, the Dreadlord trying to engage, and this has been a crazy match already, with 120 being forced to cancel his expansion, or at least a Haunted Gold Mine. All right, more attacking getting underway. Acolyte could get taken down. One more shot, and it will do it. There it goes. Dreadlord could get surrounded, and this could be very bad news once again. Let's take a look at this. This Null Overseer continuing to fight. A big clap getting underway, but now more ghouls show up to the party. Mountain King could be in trouble. Potion of Invulnerability is on him. Is he going to use it? Yes, he is going to use it, but he is not going to have enough mana, at least not for a while. As you can take a look, units are just trying to fight around every which way. Ziggurat suffering a lot of damage here. Mountain King to come across. There is another Thunderclap dealing massive damage, slowing things down. There's a sleep onto a footman, as an Acolyte finally being brought over to try and haunt that gold mine. Ghouls making their way back down. Mountain King, another Thunderclap there. How did he get mana? I'm not quite sure. Footmen do not have the backpack upgrade. Stormbolt onto a ghoul, as that Mountain King is just shy of level 4, and we're not even at the 7-minute mark of this match. All right, Arcane Vault being built down to the south here, hence Perhaps tier 2. Yes, tier 2 potion of mana was allowing that to happen there as the Mountain King now heads back. Mountain King using that clarity potion could get up another follow-up clarity potion as well. Ghouls are here ready to go. Mountain King, is he going to try and surround, perhaps stop any of this? Mountain King going to perhaps hide over here at the Fountain of Health, heal back up a little bit more. Footmen are engaging. Skeletal minions, however, now coming back with the surround, and the Footmen could end up getting taken down. Mountain King, well, going to the spa to get healed back up, only to leave his Footman to die, as that Footman is in a massive run to try and get away. Mountain King is right in position. Are we going to see a Thunderclap again? Mountain King gets a Stormbolt onto the Dreadlord. Dreadlord is currently surrounded. There's a Thunderclap once again. Mountain King sleeping on the job. Footman gonna get taken down as that opens back up. Stormbolt now onto the Dreadlord. Dreadlord could get taken down. One more shot. Scroll of Town Portal at 32 hit points, as that is gonna, well, move them all away from the fight. No Necropolis off over here. For some reason, this Nerubian Tower is not getting repaired, as you see a Skeletal Minion going to get finished off here once more. Dreadlord, artificial ritual dagger being used to try and heal up once again. Ghouls with Vampiric Aura finishing off some of these units as well, as the Dreadlord has suffered a terrible, terrible damage. Mountain King sitting at level 3, almost at level 4. Mountain King now heading back off to the north, as the Archmage is now out onto the field. How could people be leaving? This game is absolutely amazing. Dreadlord getting disruption on that sleep. Archmage could be in trouble and quickly gets surrounded again. Archmage in serious trouble. There's a sleep on the other hero again, as the Archmage gets taken down. Mountain King wants to avenge his fallen brethren, but will he be able to do that? The ghouls are heading around every which way, as we now see ivory towers being placed down. All right, Th000 saying, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and build straight up in your base. There is dual arcane towers already over here. A big thunderclap across multiple units. Level 3 Stormbolt Water Elemental is still in play right now, as the Mountain King gets up to level 4. Ghouls being called back over. Dreadlord could be in trouble. There is a thunderclap, and there it goes. Dreadlord now taken down. Mountain King out of mana. What is going on in this match? As the units are still fighting every which way, it doesn't really matter if units are lost right now or the Water Elemental is lost, as no experience will be given. Guard Tower is going to get taken down, but it is costing a lot to even stick around in this fight. Necropolis slowly getting back in. Dreadlord perhaps back out onto the field. Is it going to get resurrected at the tavern? Archmage is now out, as well as it is going to be trying to do an expansion of his own. Wow, Ghoul able to get away at 9 hit points. Dreadlord resurrected at the tavern, back out onto the field. It looks like a low hit point Footman could get taken down, as everyone is going to go ahead and retreat and, well, go back to their respective corners. Archmage sitting at level 1. Here to get some experience. Militia gonna clear out the expansion over here at the 5 o'clock spot, as the Militia and Water Elemental just dishing out that damage once more. Null Overseer gets taken down. Pure Up to Vitality given to the Mountain King. Over 1100 hit points at this stage. Arcane Vault still up, offering a little bit of insight. Archmage making its way over, wants to try and engage, desperately wants to get level 2 for that Brilliance Aura, which would bolster the entire human army. Meanwhile, back across here, Dreadlord is by his lonesome self, sitting at level 3. He is, and this is never a situation you want to be in. You are solo hero, and you are behind in terms of experience, and almost by 2 levels at this point, as almost by a level 5 to level 4, which is a very, very big deal. The Mountain King, once it gets to level 5, that Stormbolt becomes a force to reckon with. Let's take a look at this Archmage now making its way over, does get to level 2, waiting for Brilliance Aura. There it goes. We are looking at perhaps a good amount of gold. No, only 220 gold here, even though he does have an expansion up and running. Skeletal Minions making its way back down. Why Vampiric Aura? Vampiric Aura is, well, I don't know. Why Vampire? It is level 1 Vampiric Aura. You could be trying to go mass ghouls with Ghoul Frenzy into Abominations. Abominations are rather powerful, as human players often go for spell breakers in the matchup as well. All right, going back the other way. Also, it could be the fact that if you try to go for Carrion Swarm against human, your opponent is gonna be going for Spellbreakers, so unless you can really hit the back line of Priests consistently, it doesn't do all that much damage. Meanwhile, Altar of Darkness taking a lot of damage here. Halls of the Dead currently under upgrade. Are we going to see repairs being brought over? It does not look like it. A Dreadlord does have a Tome of Retraining, so we may be looking at, well, getting new skills and perhaps going for Carrion Swarm onto that back line of units. All right, Mountain King, are we going to see a Stormbolt there? Footman going to finish off that Altar of Darkness with no problem whatsoever. Meanwhile, Ghouls are just heading around the other way. Dreadlord has not yet, well, gone for anything, has not gone for any sort of retraining so far, as the Dreadlord now looks to back up once more. All right, let's take a look. Supply 49 over 60 compared to 48 over 54. Both sides not in upkeep, as we are looking at, well, Ghouls looking to try and surround and take down a handful of units, perhaps taking down a Spellbreaker. Spellbreaker could get taken down very quickly. Mountain King could easily, however, come across. Big Thunderclap right there, and all of a sudden, a handful of units will get taken out. Let's take a look. Is the Mountain King going to get... Oh, wow! Level 5 Mountain King comes in, claps twice, takes down 6 Ghouls, Stormbolt onto the Dreadlord, and 120 is absolutely getting into a world of hurt right now. Is he going to be able to get away? Potion of Invulnerability in time. Goblin Zeppelin, what is going on? Unable to get back. This Goblin Zeppelin is still full. Is it going to get ensnared? No, it is not. Staff of Teleportation allows him to get away. Mountain King is right there. We are going to see a couple of pickups as well. That is level 3 Thunderclap. And that was the reason why that was so deadly there. You cannot go mass Ghouls against that, as the Mountain King gets almost halfway to level 6 already. Now, Archmage is sitting at level 3. It is level 2 Brilliant Aura over level 2 Water Elementals, as the extra mana is going to be more effective, especially with that Mountain King sitting at level 5. Mountain King in position here. You can see that all of that mana going into that Mountain King. Also going to be having an Arcane Vault be brought over momentarily, as the Crypt now getting some damage. Carrion Swarm ripping through. Death Knight now out onto the field. We are at Black Citadel. We are going into Ghoul Frenzy, and, well, Ghoul Frenzy, if it does mean a lot of Ghouls, that is going to be a lot of dead Ghouls if they try to engage against that Mountain King now. All right, Mountain King does get a Stormbolt onto that Death Knight. Mountain King, are we going to see a Thunderclap? Yes, we are. Massive slow. All the units now picked back up, as the units are now trying to retreat once more. Footman now trying to back up again. Priest now trying to back up again, as Archmage drops a new Water Elemental, and all of the priests in the back line just trying to keep all of these units alive. Let's take a look at this. 50 over 66 compared to 60 over 70. 120 has the larger army, but is up against the ropes somehow, as we are getting up a workshop to get some mortar teams. Mountain King at level 5. This is a brilliant position here. Archmage going to drop some more Water Elementals, and now in comes the push. Mountain King is going to throw off a Stormbolt. Does not do so. Trying to line up a Thunderclap. Gets 4 Crypt Fiends right there, and there goes a Crypt Fiend down already. Clarity Potion once again going to continue to try and hold back, as the Dreadlord sits at level 4. Lich is now out onto the field. Water Elemental gets taken down. You can take a look. Altar of Darkness was being built off over here, as we are going into Abominations. All right. When you're getting hit by AoE magic, upgrading your units to higher tier units, higher hit point units, well, is much more effective than, say, a swarm of Ghouls. Mountain King sitting at level 5 right now, trying to get maximum mana. Are we going to see a Stormbolt there? No, we are not. The Dreadlord going to continue to engage. Stormbolt onto the Death Knight. Death Knight going to get surrounded. That's going to be bad news there. Is he going to be able to survive? Scroll of Healing not used, as a Thunderclap finishes him off. Mountain King still has plenty of mana here, ready to go. Needs constant healing, though, as he doesn't have all of the armor items to keep him alive. No Paladin for Holy Light as well, and this is going to be the problem, as the Carrion Swarm starts to eat through some units. A beautiful Scroll of Healing used in time. Carrion Swarm could come back the other way, though, to try and finish off some of those units. As we take a look, Flying Machines now getting added as well. Arcane Vault going to fall. Obsidian Statues are in the back, and the Obsidian Statues may be enough. Mountain King now comes across. Let's take a look at this. thunderclap coming across once again. More focus damage. Abomination quickly gets taken out. Crypt Fiends just need to launch a volley against some of those units. Big Frost Nova as well. Carry-on Swarm, as we are still seeing more engaging as well. 54 supply going up against, I believe, a 60 supply army. Crypt Fiends gonna finish off that footman, as that footman also had negative armor too. 0-2 upgrades. No, 1-0 upgrades for the undead. Meanwhile, let's take a look. 0-0 upgrades for the human at this point. Th000 has been playing and microing this game absolutely beautifully, but Undead setting up the expansion first, and that is starting to take a bit of a toll. Dreadlord now coming to back off, and this could be a switch in play, as the Archmage is going to perhaps be able to creep jack all of these units right here. A level 7 Ogre Lord gets a big shockwave through. Another Thunderclap coming across as well. 5 machines trying to finish off more units. Mountain King in that front line. Is he going to be able to Stormbolt? Yes, the Dreadlord could be in trouble. Shockwave hits him from long distance, taking down the Dreadlord, followed up with some other spells as well. 120, and now trying to retreat back once again. A quick web taking down that Griffin Rider. The Abominations, the main primary targets for those Griffin Riders, as the units are now trying to head back. The Ogre Lord still wants to come back in with all of that action again, as the Mountain King trying to fight its way through. Holy Light from the Paladin to try and save Mountain King down to 352 hit points. As well, there is a lot of suffering there. Dreadlord resurrected at the tavern, and that is the benefit when you have additional gold. You can just, well, higher up and rejoin back in on the fight, as the Ogre Lord gets taken down, giving the Lich level 2. Alright, fighting still getting underway. Abomination still fighting here. Death Knight is at level 1. Lich is at level 2. Dreadlord is at level 4. And it is 2 bases to 2 bases. Abominations in that frontline location. 70 over 70 supply compared to 64 over 72. Alright. Lead changes is really what makes sporting events, esports included, very, very exciting. When one team gets an advantage and looks like they're going to win, and then it switches back and forth. Azriel, thank you for the follow, as the Abominations are now, well, making their way back off to the north here. All right, we are on Concealed Hill, and we have still yet to use these Fountains of Health in the corner. Mountain King going to try and engage, and this could be another Creepjack reversal. There's a big Thunderclap. 2 Crypt Fiends could get taken down very, very quickly. There goes 1, there goes 2. Griffins going after the Abominations. Knights trying to stay alive. Mountain King with another Thunderclap here. Scroll of Town Portal by the Dreadlord in order to get away. Abomination is going to be able to make its way out. Yes, but not the Death Knight, as the fighting's still underway here. All right, this creep camp will get cleared up. And wow, the creeps making a big difference in the battles so far. Whoever's been caught creeping has lost the most recent battle. Staff of Sanctuary trying to save some units, as we're taking a look at more Holy Light here. Was that the Mountain King sent back? No, Spellbreaker sent back. 62 supply going up against 66. Both sides trying to regroup. Abominations low on mana up as well. Perhaps need to stay on Blight, or they're going to try and clear out another, Fountain of Health here. Oh, beautiful decision by Th000 to purposely block access to the other Fountain of Health, as you now see the Dreadlord getting stunned once again. All right, there is a Thunderclap trying to slow things down. The Carry-On Swarm goes the wrong way. Dreadlord being forced to use a Scroll of Town Portal. Abomination gets down to 7-8 hit points, doesn't get teleported back, and gets taken down as well. Another beautiful Thunderclap, and Th000 is just playing out of his mind, trying to micro the most out of this army, but he is fighting amongst 3 undead towers and on Blight, giving additional healing to the undead army. All right, Spellbreakers could get taken down here. Lich gets up to level 3, and this could be bad news. Mountain King trying to get away. Is it going to get taken down? Are we going to see a Thunderclap perhaps trying to head back once again? Carry-On Swarm. Mountain King gets down to 4 hit points and survives with the Scroll of Town Portal. All right, Th000 now coming in with mass towers in the center portion of the map. This is going to turn into an economic game. Death Knight now making its way back, perhaps going to try and clear the Fountain of Health while regenerating hit points. Both players taking a little bit of a risk here to try and gain the advantage. Expanding versus creeping, which has not been beneficial to any side in the past 7 minutes. Lich sitting at level 3. Flying machines are all here, ready to go. Dreadlord being brought over. He is healing up as well, and this is going to be key. How much damage can really be done? Griffins are coming across here. Scroll of Town Portal. Abomination gets taken down as we are seeing flying machines coming back the other side. Scroll of Town Portal all picked up, ready to go. And we are looking at 70 over 80 supply going up against 63 over 78 and some long distance mining with this walk of shame, as this gold mine is going to be coming to an end. All right, 120's main base is already being unsummoned. This is going to come down to the wire, folks. What is happening here? These guard towers will get up and running. And, well, the key is going to be whether or not the destroyers have mana. If these destroyers with 3-0 upgrades have mana, these towers are going to get taken down very quickly. Oh, they did not even realize they were there. Now being forced to retreat back, taking a bit of damage once more. All right, Abominations and Undead Army sitting at 73 over 80 compared to 67 over 78. The Flying Machines also going to be absolutely critical as well. And we also see a cannon tower in the mix here. Cannon tower, very, very important because it has fortified armor. Fortified armor takes reduced damage from these destroyers, and I can easily see an undead player accidentally having the destroyers just try to target all the towers and take them down, not realizing one of them is a fortified armor tower. All right, Griffin Riders, all these units going to try to line up here, ready to go. Carry on Swarm, Dreadlord, Sobi Mask on the Dreadlord as well. Beautiful item as we're going to come into an engagement. All right, here we go. Flying Machine's going to try and engage. Thunderclap coming across. Massive Flying Machine's going to perhaps poke down the 120 army. Carry on Swarm eating through many of those Flying Machines there. They could get taken down very, very quickly as well. The Destroyers do have a bit of splash damage through them once more. Let's take a look. Still more fighting. A big Thunderclap. Units are falling left and right as the units are now trying to back up. There goes a Destroyer. Destroyer, no, able to heal back up. The Death Knight, only a level 2 variety. Not enough heal as both sides are continuing the fight. Carry on Swarm eating through multiple units, but a Staff of Sanctuary in time, saving that unit right there. Well, almost dead. Rabbit Avatar on that Mountain King, completely immune to magic right now. Death Coil saving another Crypt Fiend as it turns back around. Griffin Rider gets webbed back down. Acolyte taking stuns from that Thunderclap. Crypt Fiend trying to head back away. It's going to get taken down as well. Both sides suffering heavy casualties as 120 is trying to stay alive here. Knights, is this Knight going to be able to stay alive? Mountain King low on mana, and that's really the story right here. Beautiful Staff of Sanctuary from the Archmage, who's at level 4, also with Orb of Fire preventing major heals. Death Knight now trying to make its way back over. Carry on Swarm unable to do very much, as we are going to be looking at, well, all of these towers here preventing this base from actually getting pressured. Cannon Tower, Carry on Swarm hitting through many units. Frost Nova finishing off even more as well. You're going to see many of those peasants getting taken down. There goes another, as we could see a fight coming back in from the other side still. Crypt Fiends, however, walking past all of these towers. This is not a good day for them. Has to be re-rallied, as we're going to look at the armies trying to engage. Acolyte, well, almost taken down once more as the units are going back and forth again. All right, where are these Crypt Fiends going to perhaps travel to? I do not know. Thunderclap taking down multiple ghouls. Is it going to happen? Let's take a look. They're trying to retreat. Acolytes backing up against Dreadlord. Still not yet at level 6 as the units are heading back off to the north. 5-3-3 going up against a 6-4-3. Undead, though, having the advantage here as the Destroyers are still going up into the air. Acolytes now getting taken out as well. Low hit point Crypt Fiends. Death Knight is at level 3, going to go ahead and get a 400 hit point heal off on those units again. Militia now being transferred over to this base. These expansions nearly mined out. Only what, about 4 minutes left, or 3.5 minutes left mining here at the 11 o'clock location. 120 behind economically is going to be in a very, very bad way. Meanwhile, Mountain King, let's take a look at this. Destroyer, Devour Magic trying to come out ahead, continuing the fight once again. Holy Light saving. Dreadlord, Carry on Swarm, not that effective, as the Flying Machines are pretty much now gone. Dragonhawk Riders are up in the air, but what are they going to try and shackle or do? I do not know. Carry on Swarm pushing through, eating through a priest, as well as the Archmage now gets up to level 5. Level 5, it is going to be level 3 Brilliance Aura for the extra mana, as no additional water elementals. Dreadlord almost gets taken down to 200, down to 100. Could get taken down right there, and it does get taken down after a Staff of Sanctuary. Dreadlord falls at level 5, And that is going to be it. There is the GG as Th000 comes out ahead. So many lead changes between 120 and Th000 in this matchup. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. I hope you guys enjoyed it. 120 with the larger army throughout much of the match, unable to get away with the victory. 120 also even mined more gold as well. Oh, great game. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed it.